How do we solve quadratic equations using the quadratic formula? Now, to start, when we talk about the quadratic formula, this is just equal to x equals negative b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a, where a, b, and c is the coefficients of our quadratic equation. Now, first thing that you should do is identify your a, b, and c. Now, for number 1, if you're going to look at number 1, our a is negative 5, our b is negative 10, and then our c is negative 12. So after that, all we have to do now is to plug these values in our quadratic formula. So we will now have x is equal to negative b. So we will have negative of negative 10 plus minus the square root of b squared. So that is negative 10 squared minus 4 times a, which is negative 5, times c, which is negative 12. And then again, all over 2a. Our a is negative 5, so we will have negative 5. And then we are going to simplify. So x is equal to negative of negative 10, that is 10, plus minus, we have the square of negative 10, that is 100. And then we will do negative 5 times negative 12, that is 60, times 4, that is negative 240, all over 2 times negative 5, that is just negative 10. And then we are just going to simplify further. So we will now have x equals 10 plus minus, what is 100 minus 240? This is just equal to root of negative 140. And then negative 140, we can actually factor this one out as negative 4 times 35. And if you're going to look at 4, that is a perfect square. And we know, remember, that the square root of negative 1 is just I. So we will do that. So we will factor out the square root of 4 is 2. And then the square root of negative 1 is I. So we will write 2i. And then what will remain inside the radical is the 35 all over negative 10. And then if you're going to simplify this, further, this will just give you, divide everything by what? By 2. Divide everything by 2. We will get 5 plus minus I root 35 divided by negative 5. So that will be again our answer for this one. You can actually simplify this one much farther, but I will stop here. So this will be my answer. So let's have number 2. So again, let's try to identify first our a, b, and c. Our a equals 1. And then our b is actually 0. We don't have b. Our c is negative 49. So that's negative 49. And again, using the quadratic formula, we will get x is equal to negative b, that is negative of 0. So that is 0. But again, we will just write that, plus minus the square root of 0 squared minus 4. And then a is 1 times c, which is negative 49. And then all over 2a, which is just 2 times 1. And then we are going to simplify. So we will get x is equal to plus minus 0 is 0. And then we will do negative 4 times 1 is 4 times negative 49. That should give you, let me just grab the calculator. So that should give you negative 4 times negative 49. That gives you 196. This is 196 all over 2. And then we will do x is equal to, what is the square root of 196? So the square root of 196, that is just 14. So we will do plus minus 14 over 2. if you're going to simplify further, your x sub 1 will be negative 14 over 2. Then your x sub 2 will be plus 14 over 2. This simplifies to negative 7, and this is positive 7. So that will be our answer for number 2. Let's have number 3. So again, list down your A, B, and C. Our A equals negative 5. Our B equals negative 1. Then your C is actually, before we do that, let me just rewrite this to standard form. So we will actually get, we were going to move in 11 to this side. So we'll actually get negative 5n squared minus n. And then we have 59 minus 11, that is just plus 48 equal 0. So this will be now our new equation. So our A is still negative 5. Our B is still negative 1, but our C is a positive 48. And then we are going to make use of the quadratic formula. So we will do x is equal to negative b. So we have negative of negative 1 plus minus negative b squared, minus 4 times a, which is negative 5, times c, which is 48. And then again, everything is all over 2a, or 2 times negative 5. Now, what we're going to do is again simplify. So we will get now negative of negative 1, that's 1, plus minus negative 1 squared is 1. And then we'll have this. Negative 4 times negative 5, that is 20, times 48, that is just 96. No, that's 960. Sorry, that's 960. Let me just try. 48 times 20. It's 960, right? Alright, so that is plus 960 all over negative 10. 2 times negative 5. And we will do x is equal to 1 plus minus 961. And then the square root of 961, that will just give you 31. So we will do that. That's negative 10. So we will have x is equal to 1 plus minus 31 over negative 10. And if we are going to simplify our x sub 1, x sub 1 is equal to 1 plus 31 over negative 10. And then our x sub 2 will be 1 minus 31 over negative 10. And then this just simplifies to what? We have 32 divided by negative 10. That gives us negative 16 over 5. So this is just 16 over 5. That's negative. And then the other one, this is just 3. So this is just 3 equals 3. So that will be our answer for number 3. Now let's do number 4. Again, we're just going to convert this into standard form first. So we're going to move this to the other side and then equate to 0. So you will get negative 3p squared plus 2p. And then we have 10 plus 10, that is plus 20, equals 0. And then again, our A is negative 3. Our B is 12. Our C is 20. And plug these values to our quadratic formula. X is equal to negative of 12 plus minus the square root of b squared, so that is 12 squared, minus 4 times a, which is negative 3, times 20, our c, and again all over 2 times negative 3. And then simplify, negative 12 plus minus, what is 12 squared? We'll just do that one directly. What is 12 squared minus 4 times negative 3 times 20? That should give us 384. So we will do 384 divided by negative 6. And then again, we'll try square root of 384. That gives us 8 root 6. So we will do x is equal to 12 plus minus 8 root 6 all over negative 6. Alright? And then we can actually divide everything by 2 because we have 12, 8, 6, common is 2. So we will get x is equal to 6 plus minus 4 root 6 all over negative 3. Now, the same earlier, you can actually simplify this one further, but I will stop here. That is okay with me. So that will be my answer for number 4. Right, let's have number 5. So number 5 again, what we're going to do is convert this one into standard form. So this will give you 10n squared plus 6n minus 9 equals 0. And identify your a, b, and c. So your a is 10, your b is 6, c is negative 9. And using again the quadratic formula, we will get x is equal to negative b, that is 6, plus minus the square root of b squared, so that is 6 squared, 6 squared, 6 squared minus 4a, which is 10, times c, which is negative 9, all over 2a, which is 2 times 10. And then we'll do x is equal to 6 plus minus, what is 6 squared? So we have 6 squared minus 4 times 10 times negative 9. That gives you 396. So 396 divided by 20. And again, the square root of 396, that is just 6 root 11. So we'll do negative 6 plus minus 6 root 11 divided by 20. And again, we can simplify this one. This will become 3 plus minus 3 root 11 all over 10. So I can simplify this one further, but then again, I will just stop here. So that would be my answer for number 5. Now for number 6, again, we're going to approach this using the same approach we did with number 5. So we're going to convert this one in standard form. So this should give us 5x squared plus x minus 48 equals 0. And then identify our a, b, and c. So we'll do that. Our a is 5, your b is 1, and then your c is a negative 48. And then after identifying our a, b, and c, we're going to plug these values to our quadratic formula. So we will get x is equal to negative b, which is 1, so negative 1, plus minus the square root of b squared, so we have 1 squared, minus 4 times a, which is 5, times c, which is negative 48, and everything is all over 2a, or that is just 2 times 5. And then we are going to simplify. So we have x is equal to negative 1 plus minus the square root of what is 1 squared. We'll do 1 squared minus 4 times 5 times negative 48. That will give us 961. So we will get 961 divided by 10. And then again, we are going to get the square root of 961. So plus negative 1 plus minus 961 square root of 961, that is just 31. So we'll do 31 all over 10. And to solve for x, we will do x of 1 is negative 1 plus 31 over 10. And then x of 2 is negative 1 minus 31 over 10. This will give us 3. And this will give us 16 over 5. Negative 16 over 5. So this will be our values for x for number 6. Let's have number 7 and then number 8. So number 7, we are given again this equation, 6a squared plus 5a minus 10 is equal to 6. So again, combine or make this into standard form. You will get 6a squared plus 5a. That will become negative 6. So negative 16 equals 0. So your a is 6, your b is 5, your c is negative 16, And using our quadratic formula again, we will do x is equal to negative b, or negative 5, plus minus the square root of 5 squared minus 4 times 6 times negative 16 all over 2 times 6. And then simplify, we will get negative 5 plus minus the square root of what? Let's do 5 squared minus 4 times 6 times negative 16. That gives us 409. So we have 409 divided by 12. Now 409 is not a perfect square number, alright? So if we're going to extract the square root of 409, that gives us a decimal. So it is best to leave it as is. So that will be our final answer. X is equal to negative 5 plus minus the root of 509 divided by 4. Now let's do number 8, last number. So here, again, we are going to combine like terms. So we'll do minus 2r squared, and then we'll do minus 2r squared both sides, and then we are going to minus 8, then minus 8 both sides. That should give us 6r squared minus 9r, and then plus 3 equals 0. So our A is 6, our B is negative 9, our C is 3. And again, using our quadratic formula, we will get x is equal to negative b, so negative of negative 9 plus minus the square root of negative 9 squared minus 4 times a, which is 6, times c, which is 3, all over 2a, but that is just 2 times 6. So x is equal to negative of negative 9, that is positive 9, plus minus, we'll do negative 9 squared, negative 9 squared minus 4 times 6 times 3. So that gives you 9. So we will now have the square root of 9 all over 12. And then we know that the square root of 9 is 3. So we will do 9 plus minus 3 over 12. So solve for x. So x of 1 is equal to 9 plus 3 over 12. This is just 12 over 12. That's 1. Then x of 2 is equal to 9 minus 3 over 12. This is just 1/2. So our values now for x is 1 and 1/2.